Hey everybody, welcome to another video. This morning or today, whatever time it is you're watching this, we're going to be doing some strength training with some dumbbells, hand weights, and our squeezy balls. So just to show you what I'm using, I've got some small hand weights, but you can use whatever you have around the house. If you don't have any of these, you can use soup cans, water bottles, whatever weighs a few pounds. That's the appropriate amount of weight for you. And then also these little balls you can get, sorry about that, that's my dog's playing downstairs. You can get these like in the kids section, the toy section, and they're just little soft squeezy balls. They're similar to the silver sneakers or silver and fit balls. Same kind of concept, so we're going to be doing some exercises with that. As far as the music today, I could not find any royalty-free music that would be ongoing without commercial breaks coming up every song. So if you want some music, go ahead and pause, put your own music on for background music. It doesn't need to be any particular beat for this type of workout. So go ahead and do that if you would like to do that. Go ahead and do that. We're also going to be doing a lot of seated exercises, so make sure that you have a sturdy chair that's not going to roll, not going to move, preferably with a back and no armrests on it. So just a folding chair. Make sure that your workout area is clear of any obstacles or things that you could trip on. And if you need to wear shoes for exercise, please go ahead and wear sturdy shoes. And of course, as always, make sure that you have your water bottle so that you can stay hydrated throughout your workout. And I apologize, it's been a little while since I put out a video. I've got a changing work situation going on, so for the next few weeks I won't be able to put out as many videos, but I'm going to do what I can. We'll go ahead and get into our workout here today. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Like the video, comment if you want to, and same thing on Facebook. Go ahead and like my business page, Body Image Fitness 2020, and like the video as well. So let's get going here. All right, so again, make sure you have a nice sturdy chair there. You got your water. Remember, as always, take it at your own pace. If you need to take breaks, slow down, modify, anything like that, go ahead and stay hydrated, stay safe. Wear the shoes if you need them. Make sure that you're safe with that. And we're going to go ahead and start with the hand weights here. So again, you can experiment with different weights, different amounts of weight depending on what feels right for you. That's a good challenge, but not too much for you. Different exercises may require different weights, so you can change up if you need to. And again, if you need to use whatever you've got around the house, that's good too. We're going to go ahead and start with some upper back rows here. So for this one, we're going to sit tall, lean halfway forward, bringing the chest down towards the legs, and then row up. So right here, elbows up, shoulder blades together. All right, so we're focusing on the big muscles of the upper back. Keep breathing through it. Exhale as you pull, inhale as you release. And think about the big upper back muscles working. The shoulder blades are coming in towards each other, squeezing in towards the backbone. Elbows are coming up towards the ceiling. Make sure that you're relaxing your neck and your jaw. Now we're just going to be focusing on the strength training with the weights and the ball today, but I have lots of videos for cardio, for stretching, flexibility, yoga, relaxation, meditation, all those things. So please feel free to check out some of those. Take the time to do all the different components of working out throughout your week. You don't have to do them all on the same day, but try to do some different things throughout the week. Mix it up, have some variety. Lots of videos out there. Almost done. One more. All right, so from here, we're going to let the arms hang down, come all the way up, lengthening the spine, lean back for lower back and abs, and come forward. Let the weights just pull you down. Keep the shoulders back, chest lifted up. Make sure that you're not rounding through your upper back. Good. Now keep breathing through it. Make sure that you're not concentrating and forgetting to breathe. We don't want to do that. Good. Think about the lower back as you're lifting up. And then you're going to do a little abs. One more. All right, great job. Okay, so let's come back up. We're going to do our chest presses. So for this one, we're going to move just slightly forward in the chair. Bring the weights up. Lean back like you were going to do the abs, and then punch forward. Lean back. Punch forward. Good. Keep breathing through it. Now, we're going to do one more like that, and then we're going to turn it into a fly. And a fly is just turning the palms in, open, and close. Good. Make sure that you're not shrugging the shoulders up towards your ears. Open and close. Good. Just two more times. Almost there. Last one. Okay, good. Let's take a little break there. Okay, so we're going to work on some abs next. If you prefer to just use one weight for abs, if it's a little bit too much with two weights, go ahead and put one down. Otherwise, you can keep both of them. We're just going to be doing our rotations with the knee lift. So make sure you're sitting up super tall, lengthening the spine. Pull the belly button in so that you start engaging those abs. We're going to bring our weights forward. We're going to increase the lever length. Relax the shoulders down, lean back, and start doing your rotation to one side, back to center, and then to the other side, and back to center. So you're leaning back, letting those abs work. Oh, we're going to have a little cameo from Sabrina here. She wants to know what mommy's doing. All right, so you're going to add the knee lift, opposite side, to the direction that you're rotating. Hi, Sabrina. Again, shoulders down away from the ears. If it's a little bit too much with the leg lift, just go ahead and continue with the first part of it, just the upper body and core rotation. If you are doing the leg lift, try to think about using your abs to lift the leg. It's really easy to end up using the hip flexors, which is the psoas on the front of the thigh or above the quadricep muscle. So do your best to use your abs to lift your leg. Just one more. Okay, good. All right, let's give the upper body a break here for just a moment in case your shoulders are getting tired. I'm going to have you rest one weight on each leg. Go ahead and grab your other weight if you put one down. And I know you can't completely see my feet, but we're just going to do some heel taps here. And then toe taps. Maybe I could scoot back a little bit here so you can see a little bit better. There we go. And heel taps. Weighted heel taps and weighted toe taps. And then we're going to do opposite. All right, so toes on one foot, heel on the other foot, and then just as quickly as you can, switching back and forth. A little bit lower leg strength there. Ankle, shin, Achilles, calf muscles. And then we're just going to do the toes in and out as fast as you can go. Good. And then the heels in and out. All right, so let's go ahead and move back in our chair again. And we're going to put both weights on one leg. Now, again, if this is too much, we're going to be doing our quadricep lifts. So if this is too much and you want to just use one weight again, totally fine. Otherwise, both weights, make sure you're above the knee joint with your weights. We don't want to put pressure on the knee joint. So we're going to do our quadricep lifts. You're going to flex that muscle on top of the leg and just lift and lower. Thinking about, again, think about the muscle that you're trying to engage. Make sure that you're not just swinging up and down. Actually think about the muscle. Think about it working. We'll get into some standing exercises here eventually and use the quadriceps there too. Let's do one more. All right, we're going to do our outer thigh, outer glute. So let's do the tap out, tap in. So knee lift, tap out, knee lift, tap in, out. Now a little bit faster, but without any swinging or momentum. 3, 2, again, sorry about that. That's my husband's playing with the dogs and the squeaky toys. All right, go ahead and switch to the other leg. Again, make sure that you're resting your weight or weights above the knee joint so that we're not putting pressure on the joint. And we're going to go back to the straight leg quadricep lifts. So extend, think about using that muscle to lift the leg. You can always, if you have music on, just turn it up a little bit louder, maybe that will help. And make sure you can still hear the instructions I'm giving you. Good. Think about that muscle, squeeze it. Make sure that you're squeezing rather than swinging the leg. One more. All right, go ahead and bend that knee, and we're going to take up the tempo on this one a little bit more, just like we did on the other side. But again, make sure that you're not just swinging. 3, 2, and 1. All right, good job. Let's go ahead and take a quick hydration break if you haven't had one yet. And then we're going to move on to some arms and some more shoulders. So first one we're going to do is scooting forward in that chair again. We're going to do a little lean back for our bicep curls. So this is just going to use gravity to make it a bit harder. Go ahead and sit all the way up tall. You're going to engage those abs. Lean back without touching the back of your chair. So it's a little bonus abs. And then we're doing our bicep curls. So elbows tucked in by your sides. Start with the palms up grip and full range of motion up and down. And then as you lean back, go ahead and just add a little tiptoe march here. We'll multitask just a little bit here. Again, if that's too much and you just want to do the lean back and the bicep curls, totally fine. Now again, make sure that you keep breathing. Now let's turn those palms in. This is for the brachialis, which is the muscle on the outer part of the arms between the biceps and triceps. So we're going to work on that a little bit. You're still leaning back and you still have the option to do the tiptoe march. And now we're going to turn the palms down. So we're going to get a little bit more wrist strength or forearm strength here. What you feel the most challenging of the 3. Now, while we're doing wrists and forearms, let's go ahead and lean forward. We're going to rest the elbows on the legs and do our wrist curls. Okay, so this is for the grip strength. We'll also work on that when we get to the ball. So go ahead and just start with the palms up. Wrist curls with the palms up. And then palms in. So we're going end to end here. And then again, we're going to do palms down. Knuckles up and down. Just like on the biceps, this is going to be the hardest one. And then just side to side. All right, let's do our rotator cuff. So remember, the rotator cuff is a set of 4 small muscles, stabilizer muscles in the shoulder. They are often torn or injured when we do something a little bit too strenuous or reach a little bit too far and the muscles have not been strengthened. Sometimes we just strengthen the bigger deltoid muscles and ignore those smaller ones, and we want to make sure we're doing the smaller ones too. So the elbows are going to be tucked in by the sides. Palms are up. This is also a great one to do with a band. If you have a band, I have band exercises too, or band videos, band videos. All right, I'm alternating hands on top. And make sure again that those upper arms are not lifting away from the body. It's a very common mistake to just wing those elbows up. We're going to keep them tucked in. Almost done. 2 more. All right, so let's do another shoulder exercise while we're here at the front part of the chair. So we're going to do a sit-up with a press-up. So again, we want to make sure the core is stabilized. Lengthen the spine, pull the belly button in. We're going to bring the weights up over the shoulders. Of course, if you need to modify at any point, if your shoulders have a problem with an overhead reach, please go ahead and modify. You can even do this with just range of motion body weight is sometimes a good option for people that have shoulder issues. You're going to lean back, and as you come up, this time we're going to press up to the ceiling. Lean back and press up. Good. Keep breathing through it. Keep the spine lengthened. Keep your good posture. Excellent. Just 2 more. I know these are a little bit challenging. Awesome. job. Okay, so let's take a break on those shoulders for a moment and we'll switch to our triceps. Now, a lot of people will get these confused with the rows because you're going to be leaning forward just like you were doing for the rows, halfway forward. But this time, we're going to pull the elbows up and we're not going to complete the row. We're going to be straightening the arms. So you're going to stabilize your shoulders and only extend and bend at the elbows. So you're completely straightening out. Completely straightening is the most important part of this exercise. And second most important is to make sure that you're not swinging at the elbows at all. You're stabilizing. Think about the back of your arms working. Your triceps on the back of the arms. 3 muscles back there. Good. Now turn your palms down. You're going to see that's a little bit harder. But it's working the same area of the arm. Good. 3 more. Relax your neck. Keep breathing through it. 2 and 1. All right. Let's take another quick little water break here. And we're going to do one more shoulder one. Shoulders are actually technically part of the core, so we're going to do a lot of those. Everything from shoulders to hips is part of your core, or technically shoulders to knees even is part of your core. All movement needs to originate from there. So we're going to do a front and a side raise. So starting with the front raise, palms down, up to shoulder height, slow lower down, out to the side, lateral raise, slow lower down. Now, if you have any kind of impinging, clicking, popping, or pain when you do the lateral raise, just do it at a 45-degree angle. I'll show you on the next one. Just come up at a 45-degree angle instead of coming all the way out to the side. Both of those are acceptable. This is the full lateral out to the side, and I'll show you again on the next one, the 45-degree. All right, so we're alternating between that and a front raise. There are 3 different parts of the deltoid: the front, the lateral, the rear, so we're taking care of all of those. Again, just up to shoulder height is fine. 1 more. All right, great job. Okay, so let's do one more thing here before we put our weights down and switch to the ball. I'm going to have you doing stand-up, sit-down to the chair. Now, if for any reason you're not comfortable with doing the standing, go ahead and just repeat any set of the previous exercises, maybe the leg ones again. If you are okay with the stand-up, sit-down, we're going to go ahead and step out to about hip width apart, come all the way up and lift the heels, come back down to the chair, light tap down, come up, lift the heels. Now check your form. Make sure that your knees are not dropping in towards each other. That happens if we have some weakness in the hips. Partials are fine if you need to just come part way down to the chair and back up. Or do it with the heel lift. Okay, that's a partial. Always stay in pain-free range of motion, okay? So if it hurts too much to come all the way down, stay out of that pain range of motion and in the pain-free. We want to work on the muscles without hurting the joints. 1 more time. All right, great job. Okay, let's go ahead and put those down, and we're going to switch to the ball. So again, grab whatever you have that's kind of squishy. Even a piece of foam will work if that's all you've got. We're just going to give ourselves a little resistance here. And we're going to start with the inner thigh one. This is great for the inner thigh one. It's hard to find an exercise that is safe for working the adductors and the pelvic floor that doesn't involve using an adductor machine, which most of us don't have at home, or doing the cable swings across, which is a good exercise, but it can be hard on the knees. So we're going to do it with the ball. And just like before, make sure that it's above your knee joint, and we're just giving it a squeeze as hard as we can. Now I'm going to take up the tempo just a little bit here. A little bit faster. Squeeze, squeeze. So this is just the beginning part of it. We're going to make it a little bit more challenging here in a moment. Go ahead and take up that tempo a little bit more. Think of using the inner thigh, the adductors, tightening the pelvic floor, keeping the abs engaged. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so for our second set, again, we're going to increase that lever. We're going to bring it down to the feet. Now, if you have shoes on, this will be a little bit easier to hang on to. I may or may not be able to hang on to this ball. All right, so it's between the feet. Okay, we're going to lift it up And now give it a squeeze here. Now, please, please make sure you're hanging on to your chair because we have both feet up off the floor. So it's very important that you hang on, be safe, and just like on the first set, you're still thinking of using the inner thigh and the pelvic floor. If this is too much, go ahead and go back to the first set again with the ball above the knees, okay? Totally fine if you need to do that. If you're feeling good, we're going to move on to our quadricep lifts, a little bit more on those quads. I know they're getting a lot of attention today. Think about the muscles. Again, try not to just swing. 3, 2, 1. Now, see if you can do, I'm going to have a hard time with this in socks, but see if you can do rotations so that you're rotating and crossing the lower legs. Usually people will kind of drop it a couple times and then they'll get the hang of it. So don't worry about it. Just for fun. Whoop, there it goes. All right. Go ahead and grab that ball. Okay, so we're going to switch to upper body, and we're going to be doing chest press and then fingertip presses here. So I'm going to give you a seated or standing option on this one. You can stay seated, or if you want to have a little bit more lower body, go ahead and come up to standing either in front of or behind your chair. We're going to go out to about shoulder width here. Toes out just slightly. All right, whatever feels natural for your body. We're going to start with the chest press here. So heels of the hands pressing in on the sides of the ball. Again, you can stay seated if you prefer to. Squeeze. So think about the chest muscles, the pectorals working. If you're standing, you're adding a squat on every other one. So down and lift and squeeze and squeeze. Good. And again, pain-free range of motion. Sit back in the heels. Engage those glutes. If you don't feel like you're engaging the glutes, which is very common, practice that when you're just standing still. Squeeze those muscles. Get used to using them as your power muscles. But don't forget to focus on the upper body here. One more. All right, good. Go ahead and step in. We're going to do a little march with our fingertip exercises here. So let's start with just all 5 fingers squeezing as hard as you can. Now, if you have any joint pain, again, of course, don't squeeze so hard to cause joint pain, or if just one joint hurts, like one of my thumb joints hurts, so I'm not going to squeeze quite as hard with that one, but the other 9 fingers are working fine. So again, we're working on the grip strength, hand, wrist, forearms. Now you've noticed I've added a little march here. If that's too much, go ahead and just stand still or sit still. If you're seated, you can do the march in the chair. Again, you're pressing in as hard as you can. Now I'm going to do the toss and catch with or without the march and with or without the clap before you catch it. So I'm going to make you multitask again here. Good. One more. All right. So let's go ahead and do balance exercise and a little bit more abs here. So we're going to do a heel-toe position. Now, if you need to go back to seated, or you need to do this behind your chair or next to a wall for balance support, please feel free to do that, okay? This is a narrow stance, so it's going to be more challenging for you. We're going to do the reach and crunch. And see, I'm even getting a little off balance here. And crunch. Good. So thinking about the waistline, thinking about this oblique, push and pull. Good. If you need to step back out to a wider stance, if it's just a little bit too much, go ahead. Good. Now we're going to stay right here for a moment. Just hold on to that ball. Extra balance challenge. If you're feeling okay, close your eyes. It's going to make it a lot harder, so open if you need to. All right, go ahead and open. We're going to switch to the other side. Heel-toe position again. If you're able to do that, if you need a chair, the wall, or a wider foot position, you can always modify. All right, other side, push, pull, and crunch. Think about the waistline. Good. For some reason, I'm a little bit more balanced on this side. Now, I said that and then I lost it. Excellent. One more. All right, so the last thing that I want you to do with the hands is just go ahead and go back to a narrow stance or seated if you want to. And we're going to do the same thing that we were doing with the legs. We're going to rotate the ball, and the goal is touching the backs of the hands and crossing the forearms. See if you can hang on to that. Nice. Good. Okay, one more. All right, go ahead and grab a sip of water. Now we're going to come stand next to our chair and do a little bit more lower body and balance. So go ahead and step around to one side. You're going to want the chair there for balance support. All right, so we're going to do a combination of a drinking bird and a 1/4 squat. You'll see what I mean. Go ahead and put the ball into the outside hand and shift your weight to the inside leg. All right, so the leg closest to your chair is going to be your working leg. First thing you're going to do is pick up the outside leg. If you need to tap down at any point or use your chair, that's what it's there for, so go ahead and do that. We're going to start with the drinking bird. So you're going to reach that ball down towards the floor. Go as far as you can and come all the way back up. Now before we go into our next one, we're going to do a 1/4 squat on that standing leg. Squeeze that glute muscle and come back up. Good. Let's do that again. Drinking bird. Reach it down. Come back up. And then we're going to do a 1/4 squat. Good. All right. One more set. Drinking bird. Come all the way up. Once you're vertical, then you're going to go into that 1/4 squat. Squeeze the glute and come back up. Great job. All right, go ahead and shake that leg out. You can switch to the other side of your chair. Again, if you have your weights anywhere nearby, make sure that your workout space is cleared so you don't have any tripping hazards. And then we're going to put the ball in the outside hand and move the weight to the inside leg. So leg closest to the chair is the standing leg. Outside foot is coming up. Chair if you need it. Touch down if you need it. We're going to start again with that drinking bird. Squeeze that glute as you're coming down. Your glute is your strength and power here. Come all the way up. And then we're going to do that 1/4 squat on that standing leg. Squeeze. Come all the way up. Drinking bird again. Reach toward the floor. Stretch the other leg back behind. Come all the way up to vertical. 1/4 squat. And come back up. One more time. Reach. All the way back up to vertical. And 1/4 squat. Awesome job. Good. Come all the way up. Go ahead and put that ball down. You are done with that. Shake out that leg. All right. So let's do just a couple stretches to finish off with. Again, please remember I have entire stretching videos. So please feel free. Do all of your leg stretches, all of your upper body stretches. I'm just going to do a couple here to finish off with. We're going to do our modified downward dog, one of my favorites. So hang on to that chair. Take a great big step back with both feet. Press the hips back, lengthen the spine. I'm going to show it to you from the side. So it's a big step back, press the hips back, ears down by the arms. Lengthen out your spine, press your tailbone back, stretching the whole back side of the body. All right, when you're ready, slow step in. Let's go ahead and come around to our chair, have a seat. Now, of course, please hydrate after your workout and hydrate throughout the day, even though it's not as warm now. Warm weather's coming back. Stay hydrated, stay cool. Looks like we should have a great week coming up here to bring October in. All right, so go ahead and sit all the way up. We're going to do our final stretch here. Inhale. Exhale. Good job. One more time. Let's open through the chest and shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Awesome job, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week. Please remember to do some other exercises too. Keep it going all throughout the week, and I will see you soon in the next video. Again, thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and have a great day. Bye-bye.